Hello, this is the Boon channel. Today, I will show you how to set up a Kubernetes home lab. You are likely using Kubernetes for software development these days, as it's essential for orchestrating multiple services running in containers. But how do you set up a Kubernetes cluster? You can use a cloud service like AWS, Azure, or GCP, but they can be quite expensive for personal projects or learning environments. What about installing Kubernetes on your development laptop? The problem is that running Docker and Kubernetes on a laptop, especially while working remotely, will quickly drain your battery. In this video, I will guide you through building a Kubernetes cluster on a mini PC at home or in your office, creating an environment that can be accessed remotely from your laptop via the internet. First of all, we will choose a tool to set up a Kubernetes cluster. There are several options available, such as Minikube, Kind, MicroK8s, and K3s. The first two tools are useful for quickly launching a cluster to create a clean testing environment, but they are not suitable for long-term development environments or production use. Both MicroK8s and K3s are suitable for development environments and are quite similar to each other. MicroK8s uses Snap to install itself and dependencies and is developed with supporting development environments in mind. On the other hand, K3s has a one-binary installer and focuses on running in low-resource environments. Here is the GitHub star history of these tools. As shown in the graph, K3s has seen rapid growth and popularity in the community, making it a solid choice for our home lab setup. Although we are setting up a self-hosted Kubernetes cluster, we still require some cloud services. Here is the list. First, you'll need a domain registrar to register your domain names. Second, a tunneling service is necessary to access your Kubernetes cluster via the internet. In this video, we'll use Cloudflare Tunnel for this purpose. Finally, you need a container registry. This is required because when you have a Docker registry in your home network and run Docker push to it, it attempts to upload large amounts of data that Cloudflare Tunnel cannot handle. Okay, let's begin setting up a cluster. I am using a MacBook Pro and connecting via SSH to the mini PC. I installed Arch Linux with Arch install, selecting the Docker profile, and configured SSHD. We will use K3s-up, which installs K3s on the remote machine and creates the kubeconfig file on your local machine. To use K3s-up, you must be able to SSH into the PC and run sudo without being prompted for a password. Please refer to the prerequisites section on the K3s-up GitHub page. I created this sudo configuration file. If you are using Arch Linux, you must configure SSHD to support keyboard interactive authentication with PAM. Here is the configuration file. Restart SSHD after you place this file. Now your Linux machine is ready. Let's return to the local machine and clone this GitHub repository. Here you can see the source tree. We'll use Mees to install the required tools in our local environment. You can install Mees by following the instructions in the Getting Started guide. Run Mees install, and then Mees LSL to see the installed tools. Gomplate is a command-line template engine used to generate configuration files. Gum is a tool that provides interactive prompts to collect user input. Helm is a package manager for Kubernetes that we use it to install applications in Kubernetes. Just is a task runner, where installation commands are written as recipes in Just files. Kubelogin is a command used to set up authentication for kubectl. Vault is the CLI for HashiCorp Vault, which I will explain in more detail later. Now that all the required tools are installed, let's create the .env.local file, which defines the environment variables used by the Just recipes. Run justenv setup. It will prompt you for some information, and then create the .env.local file. Run just K8s install to create a K3s cluster. This saves the kubeconfig to your local machine. Then run kubectl get nodes to verify that the cluster is running and kubectl can connect to it. Next, set up a Cloudflare tunnel. Sign into the Cloudflare dashboard. In this example, the boon.dev domain is registered with Namecheap, and its DNS is managed by Cloudflare. Go to Zero Trust, Network, Tunnels, and click Create a Tunnel. Select Cloudflared, enter a name, and click Save Tunnel. If your Linux is based on Debian or Red Hat, follow the instructions provided here. For Arch Linux, install Cloudflare D with Peru, then create the systemd unit manually. Open this Cloudflare D documentation page, copy the command that opens the systemd unit file for editing, and run it. Paste the sample content provided, then update the executable path and the token. You can find the token on the tunnel page. Copy the command shown here and extract only the token value. After saving the unit file, enable and start Cloudflare D. Now the Cloudflare tunnel is connected. Let's add public host names. First, add an SSH host. Click the Add a Public Hostname button, enter subdomain SSH, domain boon.dev, service type SSH, and URL localhost 22, then click Save. Return to the local machine terminal and install Cloudflare D. Then edit .ssh config like this. You can now SSH to the Linux machine over the internet. Let's add other host names. vault.boon.dev, service type, HTTPS URL, localhost 443. Open the TLS settings and enable No TLS Verify, because only Cloudflare can reach the local machine. I am not setting up a zero trust network for now. auth.boon.dev, service type, HTTPS URL, localhost 443. k8s.boon.dev, service type, HTTPS URL, localhost 6443. Now all public host names are ready. Next, we are going to install Longhorn, HashiCorp Vault, PostgreSQL, and Keycloak. Longhorn is a distributed block storage system for Kubernetes that provides a highly available, enterprise-grade storage layer with no single point of failure. In a development environment, you can also create a persistent volume that points to an NFS export, so you can work with large datasets stored on your NAS. HashiCorp Vault is a system for managing secrets and encryption keys. We will use it as our primary secrets store. Vault lets us share sensitive data securely across multiple applications. PostgreSQL is a relational database engine. We will use it to store data for Keycloak and other applications. Keycloak is an open-source identity and access management server. We will use it as the authentication and single sign-on provider for our applications and for Kubernetes API access. To install Longhorn, install OpeniSCSI on the Linux machine and start the iSCSI D service. Then, return to the local machine and run just Longhorn install. I am watching Kubernetes resources in the top right pane and logs in the bottom right pane to help with troubleshooting. Run the command, and it is successfully installed. Next, install HashiCorp Vault by running just vault install. Now it is successfully installed. Save the root token securely. Next, install PostgreSQL by running just Postgres install. Now it is successfully installed. Next, install Keycloak by running just Keycloak install. It is successfully installed. Now create a realm and client in Keycloak by running just Keycloak create realm. This creates the Boonstack realm. Next, set up Vault OIDC authentication with just Vault setup OIDC auth, which creates the Keycloak client and group for Vault and configures Vault to authenticate against Keycloak. Let's create a user by running just Keycloak create user. Now you can log in with Vault Login. And read a secret with Vault KVGet, or use the just recipe to fetch a secret like this. Finally, we will set up OIDC authentication for Kubernetes. Run just K8s setup OIDC auth. This configures the K3s cluster to use Keycloak for OIDC and creates a new kubectl context mini PC1.oidc. Verify it with kubectl get nodes. You can now access the Kubernetes cluster over the internet. I am going to check if I can create a pod in service. Okay, run kubectl exec to execute a command in the pod. And it works. Run kubectl port forward to access it locally, and it also works. All right, in this video, we built an internet-accessible Kubernetes home lab secured with Cloudflare Tunnel and OIDC. You now have a low-cost cluster you can reach from anywhere for development and learning. In the next video, we'll develop a web app on this cluster, covering build, deployment, and practical Kubernetes tips. Thanks for watching. See you next time.